Hello, another update here. Last time we were going through some menus and trying to do level select. Here's a quick preview of how the level layout would look. Have like my game controller here. Um, Super huge fan. Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Boy SP. That's where I did most of my gaming as a child, secretly, of course. Spent hours on that stuff. Have my character here. Um, None of the buttons work just yet, just the layout. You can kind of see like the behind the scenes here. Pretty cool stuff. Um, that's pretty much it. I want to get some clouds going, but more importantly, my winter vacation is almost done. So more importantly would be to get one level completed. Um, so all the basic things that have to happen for a game, such as uh, character needs to move, um, talk to NPC, open chests, uh, buy things, get into battle, in and out of battle, um, get materials, and craft materials. For that aspect of crafting, basically, I'm using my Final Fantasy 1 strategy guide to basically put the forge blinders on me and get the first level done. Because I'm a very abstract person when it comes to ideas and such, and they get too big and out of control. So, from when you start the game um, till you defeat Garland and save the princess or bring her back to the kingdom, to Cornelia Kingdom, um, that there are 7 enemies. I love the number 7. There's that boss battle. There are just a few shops. Um, and there's only so many things you can do in the beginning of that before the rest of the map is unlocked to you. Um, so I want to get a complete gameplay loop. Um, with that, you have your shops. You have to get from point A to B, defeat a boss, and there's going to be materials that you can craft. But the way I see it is whatever is at the shop. So in the beginning of the game, there's a potion, antidote, and a tent. I don't think. Um, is there an antidote? I don't remember. Uh, because there's nothing to poison you, I don't think. That's the spider gun. That doesn't matter. Um, so it's like if a shop sells potions, there should be materials to sell potions nearby. So essentially, you can craft your own potions using fresh water and like 3 other ingredients. Also, there's if there's like daggers at the shop or whatever, you can obviously create your own of that or like help the shop and all that. So that's how I'm putting on the horse blinders when it comes to materials and crafting. Like every level would have, natural resources, and to generate the idea of what those natural resources is, it would be whatever's at the shop because those shop owners would be able to create those items on their own, you know. And besides that, that would be the entire gameplay loop of walking, being able to move, like use these forward and backwards button, X and Y, can walk, I can talk to an NPC, I can open a treasure chest, I can go inside a business or a store and buy things, I can enter into battle, and I can harvest materials, which I probably made it hard for myself making this controller here because I could have done everything on click. But uh, the ultimate goal is to kind of like make like a Game Boy for like desktops. Because like I'm always doing multiple things at once. So it's like I could have my got my little Game Boy to the side here and play a game at the same time as coding, like, especially if I make like a gambit system, then I could just walk forward or like auto play, which, at that point, are you really playing? Yes, I think so, because I played a lot of Final Fantasy 12, and you know, it's still fun. I like to grind, so um, making a game essentially for myself, uh, to have fun with and blah blah blah. So yeah, moving around, talking to NPCs, uh, going inside of businesses, buying stuff. I have to put pause button right here. Pause and select, start and select, I should say. Um, and battling, which I already made a battle system, but I want it to be like kind of like Chrono Trigger, like you can see the enemies and they'll like pop out, which I can understand. When I was younger, I would always think, why do they, why can't they make the battle screen on this page? Why do they have to like go to another page? Especially for a game like this, like if I want a battle to happen, I want like the camera to like move with like the actions or whatever. That with like this um 2.5D thing that I have going, it's like if the camera moves, it's like immediately it's like, oh, where's stuff that's going on over here, you know? And I can make the sprite move and change the background and do all that stuff. But if I had instead, if I'm on this grid and I start to battle, I walk into a battle and it takes me to a separate screen that the entire terrain is ready for like rotation and all that. I'll have trees completely, surrounded with an open area, and I can have like these trees with like a cross design, like not just like a flat tree here. I could have like a tree, um, kind of like uh, I don't know what it's called necessarily, but like the tree would be like this, um, so it gives it more depth and dimension, and have that arena like a battle arena completely ready for any angle that the camera would move. Um, but like I said, I'm putting the horse blinders on me. Um, I've been messing with 3D and HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for not too long. Um, I want to say last summer, like the summer of 2025. I started by making cubes. Uh, and like this looks flat right here. It's like I could have just made a flat surface. Um, but the idea is to get better at the 2.5D in this journey and like really utilize that because I've made 2D games before and I always wanted to make a 2.5D game. And I think moving forward that would be best for me to kind of master that. So if you ever want to create something, don't listen to me. Don't listen to what I'm about to say because it's been a long journey. But here's what I would say. I would say, whatever you want to create, take a bite-sized piece of that and try to complete that. And then eventually you'll get good at it. Like like sprite animation. I wouldn't be even attempting to do 2D if I didn't 3D, like a faux 3D, if I didn't do 2D before. So you gotta work your way up. You gotta work your way up, kid. All right. Been talking for way too long. Um, hopefully another update soon.